Hello, good afternoon, students. This is a class for BA Part 2nd English Literature students. I am Dr. Anil Dadij, and we will be reading The World is Too Much with Us, a poem by William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth is a romantic poet. He is considered to be the initiator of Romanticism, and William Wordsworth is considered to be the greatest worshipper of nature. So, most of his poems relate to the themes of nature. This poem is also very important from this point of view as he adores nature, he worships nature in this poem also. Let us read the poem. The world is too much with us. Late and soon, getting and spending, we lay our powers waste. Little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our hearts away, a sordid boon. The second para, and in this second para, he gives you a beautiful image, a beautiful scene of nature. I read the poem. This sea that bears her bosom to the moon, the winds that will be howling at all hours, and are upgathered now like sleeping flowers. I read the next lines. Actually, this poem is a sonnet. I have read the octave part, that is 8 lines stanza, which is divided into 2 stanzas of quatrains, that is to say 4 lines each. And now we begin the sustain part, which is divided into three lines. So I read the first 3 lines. It moves us not, great God. I would rather be a pagan, suckled in a creed outworn. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea. And the last 3 lines continue. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea, have glimpses that would make me less forlorn. Have sight of Proteus rising from the sea, or hear old Triton blow his wreathed horn. Now let us make a summary of the poem and some important features. The World is Too Much with Us is one of the most read poems of William Wordsworth. Wordsworth laments and shows his discontent against the receding human touch with nature for materialistic gains. The poem reflects his view that humanity must get in touch with nature to progress spiritually. The rhyme scheme of this poem is ABBA, ABBA, CDC, CDC, CD, CD. This Italian, or we can say Petrarchan sonnet, uses the last 6 lines, that is to say sestet, to answer the first 8 lines, that is octave. The first 8 lines state the problems, and the next 6 lines suggest the poetic solution. I'll make the summary, stanza-wise summary of the poem. The poet states in the opening stanza that the material world, that is the city life, our jobs, our day-to-day financial obligations, control our lives to a great degree. We are always rushing from one thing to the other. We run to earn money one day just to spend it the next day. The result of this is that we have lost a vital part of our human sensibility. We have lost the ability to connect with and find peace, tranquility in the midst of nature. In exchange of material gain, we have given away our emotions and liveliness. Then the poet points to the sea, the ocean, that reflects the moonlight on its surface, and the peaceful and windless night, which he compares with the flowers whose petals are folded up in the cold. Students, please note it's a spelling mistake in the word compares, which he compares. Compares. The next stanza, the next para, the poet presents this beautiful scene to make his readers realize that nature is beautiful and has the power to soothe us, comfort us, and provide joy. The poet conveys that these beautiful natural scenes still exist. They are still there, but we just don't have time to observe and appreciate them. Our lives have become so mundane in worldly pursuits that we have nothing to do with the rhythms of the natural world. As a result, these natural beauties have no emotional impact on us. They do not soothe us, they do not give us joy anymore because we do not observe them. Aghast with these conditions, he appeals to the God that he wishes he were raised in a culture that worshipped many gods, like in Greek pagan culture, though that religion is now outdated. If he could grow in such an environment, then he would stand on these pleasant meadows and might be able to feel the calm of nature. The scenic beauty of the ocean before him would make him glad. Being brought up in that pagan culture, he might imagine to see the Greek god Proteus or another Greek god Triton blow his legendary spiral grooved conch shell. In this manner, the poem is divided into two parts. The first part tells you about the materialistic world in which we are too much involved. And in the second part, the solution part or the sustate part, the poet talks about the healing touch of nature which can comfort us, give us joy, but we are out of touch for it. And although the poet is Christian, he follows Christianity, but he is ready to follow paganism. And paganism is a form of worship where Greek people used to worship gods, different gods, water god, fire god, sky god, all kind of gods that we in Hindu culture also believe. We will be reading the same poem. I'll be explaining you every stanza and word by word we will try to analyze the poem tomorrow. Thank you, students. Bye for today. If you have any questions, you can ask me on WhatsApp or you can directly call me. Thank you.